What is up, guys? It's Sky, and in the gameplay you see me playing a round of Conquest on Monte Grappa. And I'm flying the fighter plane with the trench fighter loadout, and it's one of those games where the enemy team just wants to spam fighters all day, and everyone and their moms wants to jump in the AA turrets. And Monte Grappa is about the most clustered air map ever in Battlefield. It feels like 64-player Metro, only with planes. And I think the issue is that this map was never designed for Conquest. It was a map that was designed and balanced for operations, and then they kind of shoehorned Conquest into it. The AA turrets in the map have huge map control. I mean, the AA turret on D flag can pretty much protect B flag. So I hope you've been practicing this move that I showed you last week. And this video is to prove that this is not just something that I did a couple times to put into a 5-minute YouTube video. If you practice it, you can get very consistent with this move, and it's really almost necessary on Monte Grappa. I'd say you need at least one player running the trench fighter loadout, acting as kind of the quarterback, taking care of enemy fighter planes and taking people off those turrets, because your team can pretty much be shut out of the air completely. It's really tough flying a bomber on this map because the A turrets have such huge map control. But what I really want to discuss today is the latest CTE patch for Battlefield 1. And if you guys don't know, I'll link the patch notes in the description. Basically, in the latest CTE patch, they're reducing the damage of the AA turrets against enemy fighter planes and attack planes by 50%. And they're reducing the damage to bombers by 40%. And this is really interesting news and something that really needs to have some discussion. And if you guys don't know, I've been playing Battlefield 1 since pretty much launch. And some of you guys may have hopped on Battlefield 1 a little bit later. But at launch, the AA turrets were a lot more powerful. They did a lot more damage, had a longer range, and they disabled you a lot faster. And for me personally, game design decisions are game design decisions. I'm not gonna cry foul and, ask for the nerf bat just because it makes my life a little tougher. But my gripe with the AA turrets has always been that they're not very skill based. I mean, you can sit on a dead flag. They don't really have any issues with, say, recoil. I mean, you don't have to lead your shots too tremendously, and you can fire like 25 shots before they overheat. They're basically noob tubes, and that's the biggest issue I've always had with them. After they nerfed the damage and the range of the AA turrets, I didn't really have any issues with them, but judging by the number of people that jump in them, I mean, on dead flags, instead of pushing the objective, they'll just decide to sit on a dead flag and shoot at planes in an AA turret. And that just tells me that they're noob tubes. And hopefully if this actually gets patched into the full retail game, then it'll discourage some of this behavior. People love free kills, and that's one of the things about dice games, that there are a lot of noob tubes. I played Star Wars Battlefront last year, and the easiest way to go 100-0 in a game of Walker Assault is to jump in an AT-AT. But one thing you have to remember is that CTE is CTE, and just because they say they're going to do something doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. I remember a couple years ago on Battlefield 4, they actually patched out the 313 speed control on the attack plane, or rather the attack jet, and pretty much the whole community had gripes with it, and they subsequently patched the speed control back in real soon after that. So just because it happens in CTE doesn't mean it's going to happen in retail. We just have to wait and see how this all plays out and how the general community reacts to it. And this news came as a bit of a shocker to me because I think a large part of the Battlefield community doesn't enjoy playing gameplay and would rather it not be in the game. I think one of the biggest things about Bad Company 2 that people really enjoy was the fact that there was no jets. And I remember a couple years ago they nerfed the attack plane in Battlefield 4 and buffed the scout chopper, and they never looked back, and it's been a lot less fun to fly jets in Battlefield 4 ever since. But honestly, my guess is that a lot of people are going to cry foul. They're going to want their noob twos back, and they're going to buff the AA turrets kind of back to where they are now. And honestly, like I said in the video last week about countering the AA turrets, I don't really have a problem with them. Although, objectively speaking, they are a bit OP, and they're noob tubes. But people enjoy their noob tubes. In any event, I hope you guys have been practicing countering the AA, and if this patch ever hits retail, then flying planes is going to be more enjoyable than ever before. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.